my previous video, I talked about love, and I also talked about selfishness and my own selfishness that I had in relationships back then, and that played like a big part in the relationship's downfall. Now, when it comes to selfishness, the kind of selfishness that I was too selfish. I was being too selfish. And what I mean by being too selfish is because selfishness can also be a good thing. And the reason why selfishness could be a good thing is because selfishness, like, you can use selfishness for your progression in ways where you have to do what you have to do. Now, when it comes to selfishness, people usually think of a terrible person who doesn't share anything, who's just this very selfish person. But you have to use your selfishness in moderation. You know what I mean? How do you use your selfishness in moderation? Well, you use your selfishness in moderation when you see that certain people are inviting chaos and confusion into your life and you cut them off. When you realize that some people have self-destructive ways and keep putting themselves in harm's way, and so you don't invite them into your life, or you cut them off for that reason. Or if somebody continually asks you for money that they would in turn use to drink, then you have to tell them, no, I'm not going to spend my money on your alcoholic habits or on your drug habits. You know what I mean? So there's a way of using selfishness in moderation that is actually a good way of being selfish. But a lot of people, they don't know that, because a lot of people, when it comes to certain things that you can use for moderation, they tend to think of the most extremist form of that thing. And so some things are looked at and frowned at just off its name, when you don't even look at the complete nature of what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, there are forms of selfishness that you have to use just so that you can better yourself and better your life. And so when I talk about selfishness, like, the kind of selfish that I was in relationship was the terrible kind. You know, I was very selfish. I was the extremist selfish, but I wasn't moderately selfish.